Utah taxpayers, do you want to own a more than 40-year-old, soon-to-be obsolete coal-fired power plant? Well, the Republican-controlled legislature thinks you do. I'm Brian Schott, a political reporter for the Salt Lake Tribune. Follow me to stay up to date with all of the important political news. Now, this issue is complicated, but here's the gist. Intermountain Power Agency, or IPA, is a group of local governments that run a coal-burning power plant in Millard County in west central Utah. That plant was built more than 40 years ago, and most of the power it produces goes to cities in Southern California who pay for most of the cost of operating it. The cities in Utah that are part of IPA can draw power from the plant when they need to, and that's something they've done in recent years. Now, IPA is in the process of bringing a new natural gas and hydrogen electric plant online as a shift to more environmentally friendly renewable sources of energy. As part of that process, IPA has an agreement with the Environmental Protection Agency to shut down that coal-burning power plant by July 1st of 2025. Now, the Republicans in the Utah legislature are worried that the state will not be able to generate enough power in the future, so they passed a bill earlier this year that could force IPA to sell the power plant to the state instead of shutting it down. The bill also threatened a takeover of IPA's board by the state if they did not comply. Now, more than 15 local governments warned that this bill would break existing agreements between IPA and the Environmental Protection Agency. That could prompt the EPA to order the shutdown of that coal-fired plant before next summer. Governor Spencer Cox ignored multiple requests to veto the bill and signed it into law. So on Wednesday, Utah lawmakers made some changes to that process. They're slowing down the timeline until later this year and removing that threat of a takeover. Now, Republican legislative leaders say the state just can't keep up with electricity demand, so that plant has to remain operational, even if it means the state has to take over. They've even suggested that power-hungry data centers would be eager customers for the electricity from this plant, but that's really a big if because many of those data centers are not interested in electricity generated from coal. And even if the state were to take over the plant, almost all of the transmission lines go to Southern California, and it would take years and billions of dollars for the state to build out enough infrastructure to send that power elsewhere.